kicked it away from Horton all night. And that return's going to be out to about the 36. That's good field position for the Mean Green. Their last drive, pay dirt.
Yeah, 6 plays, 65 yards, and it was set up by the run. That's what really got this thing going. And when UTSA filled in there trying to stop the run, then it became one-on-one on the outside, and Shorter won his matchup, and they scored relatively quickly. That was what North Texas needs to continue to do. We said it coming out of halftime. We said it at the beginning of the third quarter, and it holds true here.
Ani, a little comeback route. Caught there by Jair Shorter. 13 yards. Remember the not so great finish that Ani had at the end of the first half. He's kind of erased that and thrown the ball well here in the third quarter. Little short pattern. That's Roberts, the tight end, and he lunges for 12 yards and a first down. And just like that, North Texas is in UTSA territory.
Yeah, we talked about Gums earlier. Now Roberts makes a play there, forcing a missed tackle to move the sticks.
Ragsdale. He rarely stops after the initial hit. He's usually 2, 3, 4 yards after that.
You love that. In the football world, we say he runs behind his pads. We saw Brad Roberts, the Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Year for Air Force, do that as well. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and somehow it just ends up being 2nd and 6. It's a play caller's dream when you can do that.
Final minute, third quarter. Mean Green on the move. Ani, a lot of time, still looking. Oh, he throws it, it's picked. Wachuku, there's a flag down. Wachuku has the pick.
Threw late across his body over the middle.
Big call here.
Holding. Defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
A reprieve. And there's Wachuku.
And you know what's crazy? That wasn't even where the ball was going. That's a huge break for North Texas. Austin Ani was wrong for throwing that football. It was late across his body over the middle. All no-nos, but UTSA bailed him out, and this drive continues.
Ragsdale again. Powerful run down to the 23-yard line.
Oh, boy. That's going to probably end this third quarter, Rich. And you know these games, 8 of the last 12 have been one-score games. And this one may have a chance to do that as well.
North Texas hanging in there and on the move, headed to the fourth. You're watching the Ryan Conference USA Football Championship from San Antonio.
This is not just a dog. This is a member of your family. You're not meant to keep up with them. So we built a GPS collar to do just that. Fi, the smartest collar ever built.
Hard to wrap, easy to give. From big presents to stocking stuffers, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Find yours at steelusa.com/gift guide.
I'd love to have one of my own someday.
Thanks.
Oh, I was talking about your USAA bumper sticker.
My dad served. Passed membership down to me. I'll pass it to her.
That's a lucky kid.
USAA. It's for the military community.
Christmas trees try so hard. Lights and ornaments and little choo-choo trains, come on. The best trees, they kind of only need 2 things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry, Reese's.
to continue with my business and at the same time to be able to improve myself. I was like, okay, I'm on board.
On Coursera, you can earn a bachelor's degree and find over 5,000 courses and certificates from world-class institutions. Join for free at Coursera.org.
When it comes to gifts, they say it's the thought that counts. Sure, but only if those thoughts are utterly unexpected. Uncommon Goods takes your thoughtful thoughts and turns them into brilliant ideas. A magic light. Oh, how about an entire light show? A love potion, a fireside chat, a fantastic voyage, a walk on the wild side. Oh, you get the idea. The brilliant one. Bring us your thoughts, and we'll help make them brilliant gifts. Visit uncommongoods.com, where we're all out of the ordinary.
Meanwhile, on Paramount Mountain.
All right, let's do this roll call. It's freezing up here. Blase, where you at, Blase?
It's Blaze.
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be.
Blaze?
Y'all need to say your name right. Be Louie.
Do you mean Blue?
Okay. You want to go to war? You prefer not to go to war? Me too. Ridiculous. Hey, Aaron.
Here, Coach.
Thank you. Where's Bumbly Bay at? Is Bumbly Bay up in here?
The Ryan Conference USA Football Championship. Score by quarter, 14-point game. Mean Green down, but on the move. This is Adeyi, and Adeyi is inside the 15. And the running game is really in gear here in the second half.
It certainly has been. This offensive line has been hunting. They stunt and they slant, but it was a nice job of picking up the movement.
Again on the ground. And again, pick up of about 4 yards.
Really nice tackle there, backside by Jamal Ligon, the Jack linebacker. Against UTEP, led the team with 11 tackles. And here you see they're making changes on UTSA's side. The rare huddle by North Texas here in the red zone. They know how important this series is.
Ragsdale, the power back, is back in. This is Ragsdale. That's the power. Got his buddies on his back, pushing in the end zone. Not in at the 1.
But it's a first down. They get a fresh set of downs. They pick up the first down there. And this is North Texas, man. They started the season 2-3. But look at that fight. These guys are down 2 touchdowns. They know what's at stake. They limped in here with all the injuries, yet here they are. And that was awfully close to being a touchdown because he was on top of somebody. I think he might just be just short, but they may want to take another look at this.
The runner was stopped short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Seth Luttrell had his hands up, signaling touchdown for a while there. Here's another look.
What a beautiful effort here.
He's on top of a player. The question is, does his elbow hit before the ball gets over? So his knees aren't down. He's on top of a player. That's an elbow that's under there.
Yeah, he's down. That's a great call that they saw in real time. I don't know if they got lucky or they're that good, but his elbow did touch just shy. And with that ball spotted now, it might need to be another 3 or 4 to 6 inches closer to the goal line.
Remember last year's championship game? It was over 40,000. It was just an awesome scene. UTSA had a huge lead over Western Kentucky. Bailey Zappi of the Patriots now rallied them back, and it was a nail-biter at the end. And this kind of feels like the same thing, although the lead not as great as it was last year. UTSA's opponent is off the canvas.
After review, it was determined that the runner did not make the goal line. However, the 1-foot-yard line was obtained. First and goal, North Texas at the 1-foot-yard line.
I might have a career as an official, Rich. What do you think?
The 1 foot yard line.
That's it. No, it was good that they adjusted that spot because that's what it looked like. And I don't think there's a whole lot of mystery as to what North Texas is going to do here. So if you're a road runner, you got to bow your neck on defense and try and get a stop like North Texas did to your offense in the first quarter.
Isaiah Johnson in the game, and Johnson's in the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. And this game tightens a little more.
That was an excellent drive by the Mean Green, Rich. Their last 2 drives to start this second half have ended in touchdowns. 8 plays, 64 yards. Just an incredible job. 3 drives in the second half, 17 points.
Mooney extra point, and that narrowly got through.
Flag down.
To hold against the kicking team. You're going to have to bring them back on.
Offense, number 90. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Will replay the try.
Absolutely. If you're Jeff Traylor, you want them to come back out, try it again.
Yeah, and this looks awfully similar to what the points after touchdown in the NFL look like, where it backs up. All of a sudden, it doesn't become a gimme.
There's that's a tackle.
Just a little hip toss love.
Whoa, that one just snuck through. Well, we told you there was a lot of time, and North Texas is having a good second half, and they're within 7 of UTSA in the Ryan Conference USA Football Championship.
On the next NFL Monday QB, it's week lucky number 13, and we've got historic rivalries, crucial conference clashes, and everything in between. Go under center on the only NFL show all about quarterbacks. Monday on CBS Sports Network.
The dawn of a new day means one thing to the Ryan team. Another chance to win. To liberate businesses from the burden of being overtaxed. The Ryan team will fight, stand up for what is right, and win. Not because they need another trophy, but because someone, somewhere, is counting on them. That's what they do at Ryan.
Out here, you're more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a landscaper, a hunter. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
And there are unlimited plans for everyone, starting at just $35 a line. It's our best deal of the year. Get the network you deserve and the savings you want, only on Verizon.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Ryan, a leader in global tax services and software solutions. By Papa John's new Papa Pairings. Order more favorites for less. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Remember, they played last month, and it came down to the very, very end. There were 3 touchdowns scored in the last 2.5 minutes. North Texas kicks off. Roadrunners get the football. And let's check in with Sherry Burris. Sherry?
Well, guys, down here, the mood just changed like a flip on a switch for the UNT sideline. There was major disagreement at the end of the third quarter in the secondary. I saw Quinn Whitlock slam his helmet. Then Logan Wilson got upset. The two started going at it. They had to actually be separated. Teammates trying to calm them down. But, Aaron, I think, as you said it, you got to play with emotion, not get emotional, particularly when the stakes are this high.
No question about that. They know what's at stake, but you have to maintain your composure. The North Texas offense has done a heck of a job getting them back in the game, and now it's time for the Mean Green defense to do their part as well.
And it's Whitlock who's there first, and Barnes is stopped.
There hadn't been a whole lot of defense, Rich, that's gotten played going back to the second quarter. The last 8 drives for these teams combined have ended with scores, either field goals or touchdowns. It's been a pretty defenseless offensive show here going back to the end of the second quarter.
On second down, that play with a flag down.
Roderick Brown got there in a hurry.
That one goes nowhere. Let's see what the flag is.
Offside. Defense, number 44. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Mason Richards, who showed up in the first half of the first game against UTSA. Plays that devil position. It's a hot position. He's the team's leader in sacks with 7.5, but just crouched the neutral zone a little bit too much there and made the Roadrunners' job all the easier. I really think that the Mean Green defensively, Rich, have to get a turnover, some sort of spark play to jumpstart these things and keep this comeback going.
And open is Franklin. Franklin has a big play. Across the 45, out to the 48. Short throw, big play. Phil Bennett not real happy, the defensive coordinator.
And Zachary Franklin, the senior from Cedar Hill, Texas, is doing his thing. I mean, he just absolutely shakes Deshaun Gaddy in the open field. And you hit it on the head. Short throw, big gain with some nice open field running.
9 catches, 105 yards for Franklin. How about a shout out to Phil Bennett, rocking the old school coach's shorts, right?
Man,
and the yellow polo so they can see him.
Love it. He got his play call sheet stuffed in the front of his pants. Just can picture him on the couch with a remote in his hand and a beer in the other.
Barnes in the flats. Inside the 40, that's a first down. That's a gain of 8. KD Davis getting closer to that all-time record with another tackle.
We wanted and enjoyed our conversation with Phil Bennett, who was so full of energy. His son's on the team. His daughter and son-in-law are in town. He's got 3 grandchildren. Seth Luttrell played for him. He's having the time of his life, but he needs his defense to step up and start getting some stops. Frank Harris and this Roadrunner offense have been vital tonight.
Harris stepping, throwing, Franklin, touchdown! 39 yards. His third.
Looked like they just lulled him to sleep. I thought this play was dead in the water, and then suddenly Franklin squirted out, and you see Larry Nixon is frustrated, just a bust in the coverage. He sat down like he was going to take a hitch, and the eye discipline on the back end for the Mean Green was bad, and Franklin makes him pay again.
Back up by 2 scores is UTSA. Zachary Franklin. Frank Harris. 3rd time they've connected for 6.
We're turning up the tailgate with a Twisted Tea drop. We're
surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea with a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
How can your base layer help you stay active? Make it the only base layer with invisible medical-grade knee support. Add 90 feet of high-strength cables and make them fully adjustable to give you complete control. Scientifically proven to help you overcome injury, eliminate pain, and give you the confidence to get back out there so you can do more of this, and this, and this. People call them many things. Yeah, magic pants. We call it supportive apparel. Learn more at Stoco.com.
If you're watching this Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance commercial, there's a good chance that you're alive. And if you're not, well, this may not be of interest to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Life insurance? I'm going to live forever. Death is what happens to other people. Well, for the sake of argument, let's assume you're wrong and that someday you won't be watching TV anymore. I know it's not easy to talk about, so I'll do the talking. If you're 50 plus and alive, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance, regardless of your health. And since this life insurance is guaranteed, you don't have to get a medical exam. In fact, you don't even have to fill out a health questionnaire. For a free quote, just call 800-700-0375. Then when you stop, if you stop watching TV, your family can use the insurance money to help cover your final expenses or anything else. For a free quote, call today, 800-700-0375. Your kids already inherited your ears, allergies, and questionable singing voice. Don't make them inherit your final expense tab, too.
All right, UTSA back up with 2 scores, and Will Stein, the offensive play caller, is doing a heck of a job. Here you're going to see Zachary Franklin there, who acts like he's going to block, but completely fools the defense for the Mean Green. All their eyes thinking that it's going to be a screen, but it ends up being a smoke and go and gets behind the defense. And you see Larry Nixon gets frustrated there. It's not easy to get that far behind a defense, but when you use good play calling and good cell job at the point of attack, there's no question why Franklin is having such an amazing game. 10 catches, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns on 12 targets. Hard to play better than that at the receiver position.
Well, look, if you're looking for an early MVP candidate, this is a guy, not only a career high with 3 touchdowns, but that's a Conference USA championship game record.
And this is back-to-back games, Rich, that he's been huge against UTEP. 7 catches, 126 yards, and a touchdown on 8 targets. But I'll see your Zachary Franklin and maybe raise you a Frank Harris, who's done an incredible job tonight. We'll get to his numbers in a minute, because right now it's all about the Mean Green offensively.
When's the last time we saw a defensive stop?
9 drives ago.
Awney airs it out, and it is intercepted. Ken Robinson.
Ken Robinson's first interception of the season is a huge one. He's in one-on-one coverage perfectly in phase and just takes that ball out of the hands of McMillan. Plays this perfectly, turns around, got his hand on him to create a little bit of separation, and comes down with that ball, Rich. He's only 5'11", was giving up several inches there, but his heart and want to forced a turnover.
Administrative timeout for a change.
And that is a dagger for Asinani, who throws his second interception of the game. That's a 50-50 ball that went the wrong way.
And now Phil Bennett's team needs a stop, like a 3-and-out stop, because as you noted, there hasn't been a defensive stop since that second quarter.
Feed 31. If you're a Roadrunner fan, you want to see this offensive line that's been so banged up all year take over here.
That's Kavorian Barnes, 31. Left tackle, and Barnes has got 6.
Rich, and when you're running the football and you're a power runner like Barnes is, and he's done a remarkable job, redshirt freshman from St. Augustine, Texas, you have to be careful with ball control. You have to protect the football. Don't put the ball in jeopardy and risk a turnover trying to get an extra yard or two. So from here on out, ball security is a must.
Second down, another quick throw. That's Ogle Kellogg. He's a big receiver, 6'5", 200 pounds, and he has the first down out at the 43.
You mentioned that triangle of toughness. Barnes sitting there banging it. Rich, I was out here walked through yesterday in this very stadium, and their end of practice meeting was in a triangle. When Jeff Traylor was talking to the team, they were in a triangle. That's just not a symbol. It's the lifeblood of this team, and it means the world to them. And boy, have they executed the 2-1-0 better than they have maybe all season with this performance here today.
44-yard line. And Barnes straight ahead, going to pick up 3. K.D. Davis with that tackle now sets a new school record for North Texas. Tell us about this triangle, my friend.
Well, you see there on the left side, selfless, perfect effort, followed by integrity, passion, mental and physical toughness. Talking about teams and being physical on defense, running the football. Football's still a game of blocking and tackling. It's the lifeblood of this team. It's really what this community is about, as we see one of the best tacklers in college football, maybe the best ever at North Texas, unfortunately leaving this ball game when they need him the most.
But he had that last tackle. He now has the all-time school record for tackles for the Mean Green.
You mentioned it, Rich. They have to get a stop here to get the ball back, because if UTSA scores, the Mean Green are going to start losing some time.
This is Cephas. Tell you what, Will Stein has done such a nice job of getting the ball to Franklin and Cephas in space and let them create.
He's done a heck of a job running the counter games and then the RPO off of that. He just seems to be a step ahead of this Phil Bennett defense, and he was so complimentary to Phil Bennett. It's like it's going to take us a while to figure out what that little sucker's up to, because he's always got some tricks up his sleeve. But it really seems like they figured that out, and I've been particularly impressed with this offensive line. This is a ragtag unit, and I don't mean that in a negative way, just been a turnstile with the injuries, but they brought their A game here when they've needed it.
Oh, Harris is hit.
That might be, but get on that ball.
And it's recovered by Cephas. It's a kind of an odd play, and the officials are converging right now, because he was hit as he was throwing, and that almost propelled the ball backwards.
That's easy for you to say. My lips get in the way, too. That's definitely backwards. That's what I get. Yeah. Definitely backwards. And a really nice job there by Cephas to jump on it. Man, those are the breaks that UNT needs to get. Remember the fumble by Frank Harris?
Yeah, and the recovery by Cardenas on that play.
Unbelievable. Like, that's when the football gods are in your favor, when things are happening like that. And they got lucky again here.
The ruling on the field is a backwards pass. Second down.
So they should wind it. Yep, there they go.
It does push them further out of field goal range. There's Will Stein, the former Louisville quarterback, was an assistant at Texas and at Louisville. He's co-offensive coordinator with
backwards pass is under further review
with Matt Maddox, who's their offensive line coach. They make a really nice pair.
They do. Matt Maddox, as you mentioned, the former offensive lineman there, thinks like a lineman, but Will Stein was really complimentary to him, saying he doesn't think like a knuckleheaded O-lineman, which we all kind of tend to be, where, you know, it's 3rd and 36 and we want to run trap or power or counter. He's got some chutzpah to him.
I would
plays good situational football.
I would use that same description talking about you. You don't act like a knuckleheaded. What did you call the offensive line?
I can't even remember.
Yeah,
see, because I'm knuckleheaded.
No, you're not. Come on.
I think Stein's done an incredible job play calls today.
After review, the ruling on the field of a backwards pass has been confirmed. Second down.
Good work tonight, Rory Bernard.
They might need to adjust that clock because it was at 8:10, and then they stopped it again to review it.
Phil Bennett is like the Kevin Bacon of coordinators, right? Everybody seems to be connected with him in the places that he's been. Arizona State, Baylor, Pitt, Kansas State, Texas A&M, LSU, Purdue, Iowa State.
I thought you meant like he was footloose or something.
No.
Good dancer.
6 degrees of Phil Bennett.
Who was in Dirty Dancing? Is that Swayze? Am I getting my actors mixed up?
Yes.
Help me out up here, man.
Yes. Footloose was Bacon. Barnes straight ahead to the 25-yard line. I mean, even talking to the UTSA coaches about it, there's the connection between these two. Seth Luttrell, the head coach at North Texas, and Phil Bennett was the defensive back coach back in the day.
Both have aged pretty dang well, I'd say.
I would agree with you.
Now, all right, now here's a big play call, 3rd and 12, because they can still be in field goal range even if they don't get the first down. Frank Harris's legs have been deadly here. They've been unable to keep him corralled. They have to stay in their rush lanes to do so. Clog up A and B gap so that he doesn't have any place to spill.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, North Texas. Their first.
We'll take a timeout as well. 41-27 UTSA.
This field has no markers, no chalked white lines, no cheering crowds. But there is a scoreboard tracking the billions of dollars Ryan tax professionals save their clients every year. The players may not be tall or fleet of foot, but they're swift of mind, strong of will, and wired to win every single day. That's what they do at Ryan.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Not everyone can say that, but we can. Made in America. Real steel. Find yours.
GetRefunds.com, powered by Innovation Refunds, can help your business get a payroll tax refund even if you got PPP. And it only takes 8 minutes to qualify.
I went on their website, uploaded everything, and I was blown away by what they could do.
GetRefunds.com has helped businesses get over $1 billion, and we can help your business too. Qualify your business for a big refund in 8 minutes. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started. Powered by Innovation Refunds.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their gifts. Your local Ace has great gifts. Order online and get free delivery or curbside pickup.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
41-27 UTSA and the Ryan Conference USA Championship. Now our Coyote Tractor dirty work. This is beautiful dirty work.
There's some beautiful dirty work going on through the air. And it's both Frank Harris and Zachary Franklin. His 3 touchdowns that Zachari's gotten tonight have been incredible and so well needed for this offense. 10 catches, 144 yards. And how about Frank Harris and his stat line? 30 of 35, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, completing 86% of his footballs.
Franklin was moving top of your screen. North Texas had a defensive lineman that started towards the neutral zone.
This drives coaches crazy. Just under 7 minutes left in a championship game that still isn't by any means decided, especially with the way these teams play. And you have all these penalties.
False start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And we just gave Zachary Franklin all the love, and now you see him at home losing concentration. There's no other reason that that happens, and that's not how you play championship football.
This is having watched Frank Harris, this is still
3rd and short for him.
Yeah. I mean, 3rd and 17, you're thinking there's no way, maybe screen draw. But Harris has been able to convert a bunch of these in his career.
Must rush them and take away the A and B gaps inside.
Blitz comes. There's no gap inside.
Nice job.
Excellent call, defensive coordinator Taylor. Roderick Brown is one of many that got there. Cam Robertson as well.
Yeah, Phil Bennett does a nice job. Go ahead and roll it, guys. They keep this mixed up inside so that all the gaps are taken. Roderick Brown comes unfree. He doesn't rush up and get deeper than the quarterback. And for the first time in a long time, they get Harris on the ground. And that's as bad of a set of downs as we've seen for UTSA all ball game, which means it gives Phil Bennett and the rest of this North Texas team a chance.
If they had picked up just 7 or 8 yards from where they started on that 1st and 10, they would have been in field goal range. Instead, Roderick Burns returns the punt to the 19-yard line. Largest home crowds in UTA history. Northeastern State, 2011. That was their very first game, right? This place holds 56,000. Everybody came for that one. But tonight, and then last year, both of those are Conference USA championship games.
Yeah, this defense has been here in mass, in this crowd, I should say, rather. Jeff Traylor invited them to come out, and they responded. And they've been responsible for 2 false starts and a delay of game.
Ani again going deep, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Shorter had it briefly. Mayfield on the coverage.
Nice job by Mayfield staying alive. He's in phase. A lot of contact there, but it was going both ways, and Mayfield turns to look for the ball. He makes a play on the ball and just tries to grab it out of Shorter's hands there at the end.
Ragsdale. Maybe 3. Dadrian Taylor made the stop. Let's check in with Sherry Burris.
Guys, we know that Coach Traylor wanted this place packed and full of UTSA fans, and they are answering the call. These fans are being as loud as I have heard them. A lot of them, they've barely been sitting down all game.
Yes, this is a real fun place to call a game. We've been here now 3 times in the last year. That Houston 3 overtime game was epic. 3rd and 7. Ani blitz. Ani's down. It's 5 minutes left.
Yeah, you were hoping you get the first down here because 4-down territory here is hard. They bring pressure off this outside edge, and there's nobody there to pick them up, and it just closes down on them.
This feels like the ball game here. 4th and 6.
Could be. This is a big, big pickup. It needs no explanation.
Blitz comes. Ani's throw. Knocked down.
That ball might have been tipped when it left his hands.
Robinson again.
But the Roadrunner defense holds. They've really stepped up when they've needed to. And credit Austin Ani. He's been fantastic here in the second half. But the ball gets tipped and almost intercepted. And you wonder if that's going to be it.
Old Trapper beats. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef.
Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan. I'm their
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
What's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash backing for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited. You know, I can't believe you lost another Kevin.
It's a holiday tradition.
Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because hundreds of new electric vehicles are rolling out to deliver Domino's across America.
You're good. I'm great.
After Tuesday ruined your schedule, then a 16-hour makeup day, nobody could blame you for calling today a washout. That's not your style, not ours either. At WeatherGuard, we're built for this. With heavy-duty features like double-welded seams and high-security latches and locks. Now add innovative power sync lighting to keep working for as long as the job demands. Because a job worth doing is a job worth WeatherGuard.
We're going to take a look back at the keys to the game. And for North Texas, we talked about them running the ball. They did a much better job than they've done in the last time that they played. But they struggled to shut down the run game of UTSA. It's been on fire. For UTSA offensively, I thought their offensive line had to show up and get the job done. So against the pass, they did allow 2 sacks, but they've done a yeoman's job and limit the explosive plays. I'm really impressed with Jess Lepp's defense and the way that they've shown up. They've given their team a chance, and let's see if the offense can put the dagger in here.
Harris still has it, and Harris swims his way through to the 14.
Tell you what, Rich, North Texas offensively, their first 3 drives of the second half were field goal, touchdown, touchdown. But their last 2 were 2 turnovers, an interception and a turnover on downs here in the red zone.
North Texas, 30 seconds.
North Texas takes the timeout. That's their first. Conference USA, who's going bowling and where might they be? Jerry Palm bravely predicting Middle Tennessee against San Diego State. Western Kentucky in New Orleans. Myrtle Beach Bowl for UTSA. Air Force against North Texas. That would be a game that I would really be interested in seeing. That's a unique matchup. And then UAB against Miami of Ohio in the Bahamas.
Yeah, there's some really good matchups there. And how about Jalen Maiden for San Diego State and the job that he's done taking over at the quarterback position? Started the season at safety a couple weeks ago against Utah State prior to him taking over the quarterback position. Played 60-plus plays against Utah. He's done a great job down the stretch.
Barnes. Let's see if they call another timeout. They will. All right, last year was so much fun. That great comeback by Western Kentucky fell just short. Sincere McCormick was all of that.
He certainly was the MVP of the game. 36 carries, 204 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Bailey Zappi, who gave them a chance, wasn't very happy about that last Hail Mary interception that he did. And here we are, that UTSA is trying to become the 3rd team in Conference USA history to win back-to-back championships. And man, that sure would be a way to go out before they move on to the American.
A footnote, Bailey Zappi threw for 577 yards in that game.
Yards don't matter. Points in the red zone do, turnovers do.
That's why it's a footnote.
That's right.
And not the headline.
And it's been part of the story of this game for North Texas as well.
Harris rolling. Little dump. That's Cardenas, the tight end. And he jumps in. Touchdown. He had that one touchdown called back. Remember, Cardenas with a great catch and run into the end zone. This time there's no flags. And this time it will stick.
Just not fair being that big. That's off the hands, man. His 2nd touchdown of the season was a beauty.
Oscar Cardenas is a junior. His dad, a high school coach, longtime high school coach here. This was last year. These are all his big catches. That was with a few seconds left. This is in the drive to beat North Texas.
And then you see he can even catch the ball out of the air when it's a fumble, man. Just pillow soft hands. You mentioned him being a coach's kid, always wanted to play quarterback, but maybe like the chips and salsa a little too much. And I tell you what, man, for as big as he is, he was so fun to talk to. And I saw him down here in the stadium yesterday, and he gave me a fist bump and high five, and we had a good little chat and a laugh about how envious I am to be the same size as him, but not nearly the athlete that he is.
You had a few chips and salsa last night, my friend.
Hey, man.
6'4", 275.
I was just happy that we went to La Fonda, and it had nothing to do with the Napoleon Dynamite. It actually was pretty good food.
That one is fumbled out of bounds. And North Texas will get the football. Not great field position. Coming up next, back to the studio. All the news, certainly highlights from the Pac-12 championship game to get you ready for tomorrow. Big championship Saturday in college football. It's right here on CBS Sports Network.
All right, North Texas, you're down 3 touchdowns. The deck is stacked against you. It's been that way all season, yet you found a way to get yourself back in the game. You've only got 1 timeout, so you have to score here and score here quickly to even have a chance.
First play, Adai on the ground, but he's only going to get 1.
I don't mind the play call because you're expecting pass from your UTSA, but you have to block it up better than that. And you want to get more than 1 yard because you're fighting the clock. Yards per second here is what you want to keep an eye on if you're the Mean Green.
Procedure, it looks like.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Rich, this is basically the same thing that got him in trouble before with the delay of game that put him behind the sticks. And that's their 8th penalty of the game. And Seth Luttrell can't be happy because they just made a hard job even tougher.
Yeah, that's a great point. People talk about the last 2 minutes of the game, but it was the last 2 minutes of the first half that really felt like it swung things towards UTSA and North Texas's inability to move the football deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and Adrian Taylor, the heartbeat of the defensive side of the football. At the interception last week, 73 yards, a pick 6. They've been targeting him today, but he's done a pretty good job. And who other than Trey Moore with another pass block? I'm telling you, Rich, this dude is a star in the making. Coming off this outside edge here, he times this perfectly. Now, that sucks when you're a left tackle and you get a good job blocking the guy and he doesn't make progress, because when they're stoned, they're taught to jump up and block. And that's his 2nd pass breakup of the game. 31's got a knack for the football.
Well, 4th down and 14.
Timeout, North Texas. Their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Championship weekend. Eye on college football this week. Obviously, we're focused on championship weekend. By the way, Utah is leading USC late in the 3rd quarter.
Man, they were up. USC was up 14-3.
Blake
Corum gets out. You know.
College football playoff. Now, that's big news for everybody in college football, right? The 12-team playoff begins in the 2024-25 season.
Yeah, the final poll comes out on Sunday after the conference championship games, and it's widely thought that if Georgia and Michigan lose their games, they'll still be in. So the 2 teams to keep an eye on are TCU and USC. which finds himself down in the Pac-12 championship against a pretty good Utah team that beat him earlier the year.
You know, one question with the expansion of the playoff field, what does that do to conference championship games? And it just, I mean, think about this list and 12 teams getting in.
Yeah, it's interesting because it becomes more about seeding, and getting early buys is a really big piece of what the 12-team playoff expansion is going to bring to the table, and that's going to be in the 24 year. It doesn't dilute them like I think a lot of people thought. And North Texas here basically just waving the white flag that this one's over.
It's going to end up inside the 35 to the 33. And the party's just about to start here in San Antonio.
Yeah, Rich, this is really when the game kind of turned itself. North Texas had an opportunity to get some points at the end of the second quarter. Did a nice job with the fair catch. Minute 12, couple timeouts. But they had to delay a game there that really set them back. Couple runs and an incompletion. They give the ball back to UTSA. Nice pass to Cardenas. And then Zachary Franklin with the big catch. And that gave them a lead that they've never given back. And now with a little over 3 minutes with North Texas with no timeouts, this one's all but about in the books. Now, if UTSA doesn't get a first down here, they will have to punt the ball back to North Texas, but I think it's going to be a little too late because they're making up their cocktail dousing for old Jeff Traylor.
Jeff Traylor's a marked man right now, and for him, I mean, last year was a huge championship, but this year's different for him, isn't it?
It has been because of all the injuries, and I thought Sherry asked him a great question about what it would mean to him if he would win it. Would this one be different? He said, absolutely. Last year, we stayed healthy. We had everybody that we needed, and we found a way to get it done. This year, it's been smoke and mirrors to a large extent, and it hasn't been an easy climb, but this team has rallied and found a way to win what looks like their second back-to-back Conference USA championship, only the third time in conference history that that's happened. And they're doing it on a year that they're going to be moving on to what could be different pastures anyway in the American Conference.
Well, they're already scouting out Traylor, who in one of the wins escaped the ice bath by racing to the corner of the stadium.
They still got him in the end, though. They were pretty persistent.
Cardenas, what a fun player he is.
Yeah, and what a great call by Will Stein. High percentage pass. You can run it if it's not there, but they knew they needed the first down, and this one's in the books. Best play in football's coming up, Rich.
Look at this guy. He's a local kid, right? He's from this area. He's from the 2-1-0. He's got over 30 school records. He's got 2 championships.
Best play in football. Hats off to North Texas. They made too many mistakes, but they played their tails off. Good to see Katie Davis back out there.
Yep, Katie Davis is going to leave North Texas as the all-time leading tackler. And Jeff Traylor has got another banner to put up in the Alamo Dome. That kid is special. Frank Harris and UTSA champions again. And the Mean Green, a heck of a season. But the Roadrunners back-to-back. Doesn't happen very often in any conference. And UTSA, their second straight Conference USA championship.
about Jeff Traylor? In the game last week against UTEP, they were down 24-0. Said, I would have left the game too, but our crowd didn't. And they ended up being the reason why we came back and won. Our team is a lot like our city. We're stubborn and we're tough, and that's why Jeff Traylor is walking over to the crowd. He challenged them, Rich, to show up and make a difference, and boy, oh boy, did they do that.
You know, they planned, they mapped it out, they diagrammed it, and that was not a direct hit.
Lamont McDougal gets a minus on that play. That was terrible for him, Lamont. But we're going to give you a break because you're a CUSA champion.
It would be great to see them go win a bowl game. Remember last year they lost to San Diego State. Really good team last year. I think that's next on the list for Jeff Traylor.
No question. And it means you have to regroup yourself. This was such an important milestone for them to do. They got it, but this season's not over.
There's the final, 48-27, UTSA champions again. For Aaron Taylor, Sherry Burris, our entire crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This is a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We're back shortly here in San Antonio with the trophy ceremony, but we take you back to our New York studios for Inside College Football. Take it away, Amanda Guerra.
Rich, we appreciate it. We'll send it back out to you shortly. Welcome, though, into our New York studios. Amanda Guerra here alongside Danny Canal, Kevin Carter, and Houston Nutt. Congratulations to the UTSA Roadrunners, back-to-back Conference USA champions. Danny, they made it look easy at times.
They did. You know, in the pregame show, we were talking so much about Frank Harris. I'm like, man, are we overhyping this guy?
No,
we didn't at all. I don't know if we gave him enough hype coming into this matchup because he was stellar and really one of the key pieces of this UTSA team that's gone back-to-back now with Conference USA titles. Got to give Jeff Traylor, the head coach, a ton of credit for the program he's built. Great scene there at the Alamo Dome. He's infused so much life into this program, and they are headed in the right